In this e-learning session, we will discuss about various stages of our second type of division, that is meiosis. In the previous e-learning session, we learned that the meiosis is a type of division in which the chromosomes are first doubled and then they are reduced to half in four gametic cells. It takes place in the sex cells, and meiosis can do two phases: meiosis 1, meiosis 2. In meiosis 1, where recombination and reduction of chromosome number takes place, and in meiosis 2, where separation of sister chromatids take place. Now, meiosis 1 can be further divided into prophase 1, metaphase 1, anaphase 1, and telophase 1. Similarly, meiosis 2 can be differentiated into prophase 2, metaphase 2, anaphase 2, and telophase 2. The gap between these two is again interkinesis, but in this there is no replication of DNA. Now, meiosis 1 is comparatively of longer duration than meiosis 2, and among these four stages, prophase, metaphase, anaphase, and telophase, the prophase 1 is the longest one, as most of the work takes place in this stage, and in this prophase we can find further stages like lactotene, zygotene, pachytene, diplotene, and dikinesis. Now, we will discuss each of these stages in detail. Now, in the prophase 1, the first stage is lactotene, which is also known as lactonema. The word lacto, it means slender or thin fiber like structure. Here the chromosomes are long, they are uncondensed. Here we shall be taking only two chromosomes, one which I am showing in pink color and another which I am showing with yellow color. So here the chromosomes they start shortening. The chromosome becomes clear with bead-like structures which are known as chromomeres. The nuclear membrane and nucleolus are present. In animal cells, something very unique is observed, that the ends of these chromosomes, they are drawn together at a point on nuclear membrane which is near centriole. So this condition is unique in animals and it is not observed in plants because there is no structure like centriole. In a plant like lilium, something special is there where the chromosomes are densely clumped. Chromosomes are densely clumped on one side This phenomena is known as synergesis. Now, this is what actually is happening in lab protein. Now, coming to the next stage, protein, also known as zygonema. Now, the word zygo, it means pairing. Now, here a very important phenomena of pairing starts. Pairing of homologous chromosomes, one from maternal side and one from paternal side, they pair with each other. Maternal, paternal. This pairing is called as synapsis or synthesis. Now, how this structure looks like? Further shortening of chromosomes also taking place. This is how these two structures, these two homologous chromosomes look. Now, if the pairing, it starts from the terminal to the center, it is known as proterminal. And if it starts from center to terminal ends, then it is known as procentric. Sometimes what happens in polyploids, where more than one set of chromosomes are present, at one point only two chromosomes will be pairing with each other. 1, 2, 3 and 4. So this is an example of a autotetraploid where a chromosome is present in 4 copies, and here they all pair with each other but at a point. Similarly, in some exceptional cases, like in salivary glands of Drosophila, where the homologous chromosomes, they pair with each other throughout their length, like this. But this is not true meiotic pairing. Now, let's come to another stage known as Pachytene. Or pachynema. The word pachy means thick thread stage. In this stage, the chromosomes becomes more condensed, coiled and short. And the total chromosome number, they appears to be the haploid number. If the somatic number of chromosome was 40, so in pachytene the number of chromosomes will appear to be 20. The only difference is that here the thread will be of double width, like this. They have become more short, more condensed, thick. The nuclear membrane and nucleolus are still present. Now, if we analyze this structure, like this, one maternal chromosome, one paternal chromosome, and a chromosome having two chromatids. Now these two are known as sister chromatids. These two are again sister chromatids of first chromosome, sister chromatids of 1' chromosome. These two are non-sister chromatids of homologous chromosomes. These both are homologous chromosomes. So in this stage a tetrad is observed since the 4 chromatids are there, and since there are 2 chromosomes, we call it as a bivalent. It is a bivalent and a tetrad stage. It is at this stage where the crossing over or exchange of segments of chromatids is brought about. As I told you, nuclear membrane and nucleolus are still present. So we can draw it like this. A part of this 1' has gone to this side, and a part of this has gone to this side. So this is how the exchange has taken place. Now coming to the next stage, which is known as diplodeme, diplonema, or double thread-like stage. Now it is at this stage where further thickening and shortening of the chromosomes it takes place. The homologous chromosomes, they start separating from each other. The separation may take place from the center or from the terminal ends. Now the places where the chromosomes are attached with each other are known as chiasma or chiasmata. Now the places where the homologous chromosomes are attached with each other are known as chiasma. The number of chiasma depends upon first the length of chromosome, and second the percent homology present between these homologous chromosomes. To be held together, minimum 1 chiasma is required. If in this case there is only 1 chiasma, then the structure would look like, and we call it as rod bivalent, and when it looks like this, then we call it as ring bivalent. 1 chiasma in each arm. 1 chiasma in each arm give rise to ring-like structure, ring chiasma, and 1 chiasma on either of the arm give rise to rod chiasma. The calculation of the number of chiasma give us conclusion that how much homology is present between the two chromosomes, homologous chromosomes. If the chiasma is towards the ends, then we call it as terminal chiasma, and if it is in between, then it is known as interstitial chiasma. Interstitial chiasma. Now coming to the last stage of prophase 1, that is dikinesis, which moves movement Now, the stage diagenesis is like diplonema, but here we observe more separation of the homologous chromosomes. The separation of the sister chromatids, the separation of the non-sister chromatids of homologous chromosomes. And at this stage, the nuclear membrane and nucleolus, they disappear. So now coming to the next stage of meiosis 1, that is metaphase 1. In metaphase 1, the chromosomes are most condensed. There is formation of spindle fibers which are attached at the centromere. The homologous pair of chromosomes, they get arranged in two parallel lines along the equator, and the movement of chromosomes is called as congregation. Here what happens? The one out of the two chromosomes which took part in pairing, one entire chromosome will move to one pole and another chromosome will move to another pole. Now, because of this, the chromosome number, it gets reduced. Now, this will move in next phase, in anaphase, this will move to one pole and this another will move to another pole. In next stage of meiosis 1, that is anaphase 1, these chromosomes moves far from each other and they reach to opposite poles like this. One arm is completely parental and other is recombinant. Similar is the case on the other side, where one arm was completely parental and another one is recombinant. The movement of the chromosomes may be due to condensation or shortening of the spindle fibers, or due to viscosity changes, or it may be by electrostatic force. And now coming to the last phase of meiosis first, that is telophase 1, where the chromosome again becomes uncondensed, uncoiled and elongated. The nuclear membrane and nucleolus, it reappears. After telophase 1, both nuclei may separate by cytokinesis, or they simply divide after a period of rest, which is known as interkinesis. So friends, in this session we discussed about various stages of division in meiosis 1. In our next session, we will cover rest of the meiosis. Thank you.